to Miami, Havana, and Las Vegas. He would be linked, with varying degrees of veracity, to such notable figures as Meyer Lansky, Santo Trafficante Jr., Fulgencio Batista, and Jack Ruby. The son of Norman Roughhouse Rothman could have become any number of things. Those who knew Cappy as a well-connected bon vivant in velvet pants with a 20-carat smile, a cool car, and carte blanche at the top hotspots. Was Sinatra playing at the Fontainebleau that night? Wouldn't have been surprised if he had maintained a certain momentum toward a life as a South Beach impresario, hotelier, or nightclub owner running a glamorous Cuban revue. A more whimsical possibility, given his childhood penchant for adopting castaway exotic pets, would have seen him opening a sanctuary for rescued animals on the edge of the Everglades. So whatever Cappy Rothman might have done with his life, even his closest family and friends from back in the day would likely not have predicted that he'd become a groundbreaking doctor and controversial pioneer in the still unfolding realms of male infertility, advanced reproductive technology, and an entirely new field of medicine called andrology. Rothman has likened his own contributions to lighting a candle in a cave. This book, the story of a remarkable American life and one man's profound impact on how we have children, is the product of much research, many interviews, and some helpful feedback, not to mention a successful Freedom of Information Act request to obtain the FBI files on Norman Roughman. Mostly, though, it's a product of the many days Cappy hosted me at his lovely late-modern home in Pacific Palisades, high up a winding canyon in the Santa Monica Mountains. The house was a risk when he bought it. After years of internships and residencies, Cappy's medical practice was just starting to take hold, but it felt very much like a piece of the American and Californian dreams Cappy had embraced. We'd meet there in the afternoons, often in the backyard with a view overlooking the Pacific, talking either on the patio or under the gazebo next to the koi pond. More often than not, hummingbirds and bees buzzed around the garden while a sea breeze kept things cool. Inside, the house was tastefully decorated with Peter Beard and David Hockney originals, contemporary art, sculptures, keepsakes, and memorabilia Cappy and Beth, his wife of 54 years, have collected during their travels to more than 77 countries around the world. The house reflects the confidence of self-made success, without betraying any of the chest-puffing gaudiness that seems to accompany such things these days. During these sessions, Rothman, tall, slim, garrulous, and mostly delighted with the way his unexpected life had turned out, told me of his metamorphosis from a scion of Roughhouse Rothman's underworld enterprises to a man in the middle of dramatic changes, not just in the way we reproduce, but also in the way we think of the biology, ethics, and metaphysics of reproduction. Parenthood is now possible for infertile couples, same-sex couples, single women, transgender women. In theory, a child can now be born to a couple from an embryo conceived of gametes culled from donor eggs and donor sperm, making it a 4-person project. If a surrogate is called upon to carry the embryo, that would make 5. Advances in reproductive medicine have, in fact, made it possible for just about anybody to have a baby. Some say this is well and good, and represents a democratization of reproductive possibilities that opens up pathways to parenthood for millions who otherwise would have been denied that opportunity. Others say we're on the path toward the sort of commodification of reproduction that gets us one step closer to designer babies for the wealthy and mongrels for the rest. Whatever you may think of the ethical questions involving advanced reproductive medicine, or even if you think there are none, it's clear that science has been boldly exploring the final frontiers of human creation. Cappy Rothman has been one of the